Out of a lot of players that played through some nicks and bruises today. It wasn't as easy as you sometimes think it might be, not because of anything other than you draw the plays up, you have 2 weeks to plan with the bye week and all those things, and just goes back to coaches don't win football games, players do, and eventually we started executing some things, and they did a good job, so it's good to get the win. We got a lot of respect for Coach Henriksen and what he's doing with his program and what they did on defense, and I wish him the best. And I'm excited about where we're at.
Questions for Coach? Coach, you had touchdowns on offense, defense, and special teams. Your thoughts on tonight's game?
Here's what I told the team. One thing, we're 1-0, all right? So that's all that matters. And so find a way to win. And it was a struggle sometimes on offense. Zenner came through. We did make some plays throwing the ball. But that's exciting. It's exciting that we can return the opening kickoff and return an interception early in the third period. So that's a complete game, complete effort. We just need to clean up some things, and we will.
Coach, your thoughts on what sparked the touchdown? Obviously changed the complexion, but seemed like the defense adjusted or just played better or whatever. What was the key to sort of the way they played in the second half?
Well, they didn't play too bad in the first half. They only got 3 points on us. They didn't get any touchdowns on our defense. I think our guys, we didn't put anything in new. We reminded them of some of our rules. And ideally, those things become more natural. But again, TJ Lally is a young guy, and they did some different things on offense. So I think it was just calming down, to be honest with you, Terry.
Your defense has been consistent week in and week out at holding teams from scoring. Can you just talk about having that sort of consistency from your defense?
Well, we told them at the start of the season the stat that correlates greatest with success in football is red zone defense, and we're not too bad at that. And we do a good job, and we rise up. And when you're able to take a team that wants to rush the football, and I forget what they rushed for, but to somewhat take that out of their game plan, the defense should become better, really. And then a team that really would prefer to throw three-step when they're behind by 21. So things played out that it was advantage Jackrabbits at some point in that football game. Thank you.
Coach, Tyrell has not even been on kick return very often this year. Is that an attempt to just get him some touches?
It is, and if you remember, as a redshirt freshman, he was phenomenal at kickoff return. And we had just felt that we had enough guys, and we wanted to use them more as wide receiver, and we haven't done that, so we decided let's try this. So, huge play.
It was a weird day in the Valley. Lots of rallies and upsets and that kind of stuff. Did you guys know that going in? You know what I mean? Sometimes coaches will remind teams of.
No, we didn't talk about any scores. Had a lot of people tell me about the USD game, but again, what we care about ideally is the first play and the next play and the next play, and that's what we preach. And it might be boring for a lot of people, but it's the way we approach stuff.
At the end of the day, you're in first place. Your thoughts on getting to that spot?
Doesn't matter right now. You know, my thought is about, and I don't want it to sound, you know our deal. I apologize. It's about taking this game and learning from this game, and then saying how can we become bearing in this game, and then going on to Northern Iowa, and how can we become a better football team? Because we got a lot of work to do. I mean, you watched the game, you've seen us. We can clean up some stuff and leap forward as a football program. We need to do that. So that's where my heart is more than standings.
Your thoughts on that you'd be 5-1 despite playing sloppy's probably too strong, but nowhere near, you know what I mean, nowhere near what you expect in terms of execution. Did you think, I mean, that's not always possible. Your thoughts on why it's been possible, I guess.
I've said it in a number of media outlets, this is a special football team. And when I say that, it has nothing to do with athletic ability. The effort is great, and it always will be in Jackrabbit football, but it is a group of young men that nobody flinches when you tell them to do something. When a leader steps up, they sit on the edge of their chair. They love each other, literally love each other. And in football, you have to play as a team, and those are some of the prerequisites to that. And I credit entirely our captains and our seniors of understanding how important that is in creating that type of culture. And it's fun for me to sit back and our coaches to sit back and say, keep doing it. So, and I'm not talking about winning, keep creating that feeling and that spirit in our program.
So you think that kind of stuff can even overcome like a turnover margin
I do.
deficiency?
It has, yeah, I do, and the belief, watch our defense when we turn the ball over on offense. There ain't no one guy that hangs his head. In fact, they almost go out there and say, another challenge, all right? And that goes back to, it isn't offense, defense, special teams, it's the Jackrabbits. And, I don't want to be negative in turnover ratio ever, but I'll hang my hat on this concept of let's become a better football team.
Anything else for Coach?
Injury update, and Mink got hurt.
Mink, I
Daughters
think,
got hurt.
yeah, Andy, I think, will be real questionable based on what I was told. Doug Pete will be questionable. David Rule, our trainer, will be the MVP this week. He's going to have to rise up and do his job. Who else?
Daughters came back. Tyrell came back.
Tyrell, I think, is going to be okay. His was scary, so I think those two. David Hediger just got kind of roughed up like a heavyweight fight, so his temper's more hurt than his injury, but he handled it very well.
It seemed like you had guys in those spots, Chase Douglas, Sherlock, maybe make plays when they were forced to do so.
I thought Jack Sherlock, for a guy that got really some of his first reps, played a phenomenal game. Because you saw some of our other young guys go out there and not play. Jack went out there and made some big plays. 2 in a row one time, defensive line. So that's exciting, really exciting. Was excited about the way Reggie ran the ball at the end.
How about Carlson? His pooch kicks. Your thoughts on those?
Did a beautiful job. He did exactly what he practices, and that's what you want on offense and defense. He did it at his position, and that's what we asked our players to do this week: was take one play and play that to perfection, and then forget that and go on to the next. We did not do that, but we're going to continue to talk about that. He did it, and I thought Ethan Sawyer had his best night of punting early, and then fell off a little bit, but impacted the game.
Anything else?